What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of doom, which of course spelled doom for Minecraft. That's right. Minecraft last night during the daily stream was pretty good. It was pretty funny watching our boy struggle and of course begging for support. And sadly, I have to say Minecraft is being sent to ban world. That's right. Phil is of course going to wage quit it. We all know it's inevitable, and more than likely, Phil will probably talk about it here. The one thing I noticed was that the daily rap is short again, 4.5 minutes. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's see what Phil had to say on the daily rap.
Good evening, everybody. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 19th of May, 2025. Today was a little bit of a different day. Reason being, today we opted to not do a Level 1 podcast in the morning, but instead just do a very short, like 20-minute hangout. Hey, let's get everyone on the stream, and then immediately go into Doom Eternal. Or excuse me, Doom the Dark Ages.
By the way, I gotta stop it there. I love how he altered it very quickly. So first of all, he said he was not gonna do a podcast whatsoever, right? He was gonna turn on the stream, he was gonna say hi everybody, and then immediately jump into the gameplay. Then he started moving it to about 10 minutes. Then all of a sudden, during the podcast, it turned into, well, let's go for 20 minutes. And the reason was because he saw that support was slow. He saw that support was slow and he was worried. He was worried because in his eyes, he believes that the podcast is where he gets a large bulk of his donations. And if he doesn't have a podcast, he doesn't have enough opportunities to sit there and beg. When he's playing Doom, it's action-packed, hard for him to stop the game and beg, even though, of course, he does it. But during the podcast, you know, how many times does he stop what he's thinking or saying just to say, hey, let's get support? The podcast is an hour and a half long. 45 to 50 minutes of it are simply him begging. So it's just him advertising his bank account so that you can donate. That's why he was afraid. He was afraid that not having a podcast would mean not hitting the goal. And it was close there. It was pretty close. He got lucky. He did get lucky, barely. And of course, like always, anonymous tips and so on. He came out to save the day. But you could tell that Phil was stressing it out. I'm pretty sure the podcast will be back as soon as possible. And I doubt he'll do another, short and abridged podcast because he doesn't want to sweat it out. And on top of the fact that last night he didn't hit the goal on Minecraft. So, Phil already has it in his mind and it's already etched in. If he doesn't make $300 a day, he's not happy. He didn't hit his goals and he's not happy. It doesn't matter whether he hit 275, 250. If he didn't hit 302 goals on both streams, the first stream and the second stream, he's upset because in his eyes, he feels like the detractors get a W. But anyway, let's keep going.
Why? Because we're trying to beat Doom the Dark Ages by the end of the week. So how did that go? Really well. Originally, we didn't have as many people when I started playing the game, but as people slowly joined the stream, like, oh, he's playing the game now? They tuned in, and we did really well in the game. We beat chapter 10, 11, 12, and 13, and most of 14. So we almost finished 5 chapters in the 4 hours of gameplay that I was able to do because we bypassed doing the podcast. And by the end of the stream, we did hit the goal for support as well. So it all kind of worked out well. We're now well on our way to finishing Doom by the end of the week, which is what the intention is. And it went really well. So thanks for that. Now,
I'm going to stop it there. Because you know that if he didn't hit the goal, right, he would have talked about how this was some grand experiment that he owned everyone again because this was an experiment. This was an experiment because he knew that if he didn't have a podcast, he wouldn't hit the goal. And he just wanted to show everyone in the world that he was right, he did nothing wrong, and he did everything correct. It was a way of him to shut up people. It was just a way for him to shut up people and say, see guys, I told you, I know what I'm doing. I didn't have a podcast, so I didn't hit the goal. See the correlation? Just because it happened once and he was right once, he will use that as some type of scientific proof that his hypothesis is correct. And of course, he'll shove it in people's faces and say, see, guys, for you idiots who tell me not to do a podcast, I'm not going to listen to you. You guys are idiots. And of course, it's all just some way for him to justify having almost a 3-hour podcast. Because it's an hour and a half of him talking, and then 45 minutes of him playing his corny ass PowerPoint presentation with his shitty music, right? It was just a way for him to justify that. It's just like when he claimed that he didn't beg, right? And as you can see, when he doesn't beg, he doesn't get any money. So that's justification for him begging. My audience loves when I beg. It's the only way they'll give me money. And of course, the only way they'll give me money is if I do an hour and a half podcast where I regurgitate my schedule and I beg like a crackhead. That's what he would have done. He would have come in. This daily rap would have been like fucking 20 minutes long. Him gloating, saying, see, and basically telling his detractors to go piss off, his viewers who are begging him to cut the podcast short to shut up, and that he's never going to listen to criticism about his podcast ever again. You know that's what he was going to do. You know that's what he was going to do, Phil. There's no way around it, brother. And you got lucky because you barely hit the goal on the first stream, right? So you couldn't come out and say, well, see, guys, I didn't hit the tip. I'm shocked he didn't come out and say, well, it was a close one. It was a nail biter. If I would have had my podcast, we probably would have doubled the goal. It's a miracle he didn't say something like that. But don't worry. He'll have more opportunities to trout this out. The next time he does no podcast or an abridged podcast and he doesn't hit the goal, you know he's going to come out and basically use the same language I just used right now. Phil, you're pretty, we can see you a mile coming, Phil. We can see you a mile coming. And this isn't anything new. You've done this before and it's pretty played out. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that little point there.
Tonight on the late stream, a lot of stuff went wrong. First of all, between streams, my printer broke. So I was like, damn, that sucks, because I just bought the printer a little over a year ago, barely used it. It's a piece of junk, basically. So I decided this time I'd buy a little bit more of an more expensive printer and a brand that I've never gotten before. But because of that, I was already late to stream by like 15 minutes. Then when I start, I'm hanging out with everyone talking about Minecraft. We go to start, my controller turns on. This is the Elite 2 controller. And as we're playing, it dies right in the middle. Like, what the? And we can't get it to turn back on. Uh-oh. I plug it in. I turn it on. It syncs, turns back off again. And I'm like, well, it's two things. Either number one, it's busted, or number two, it must have been ajar and not sitting firmly on the charging stand, which means it has no charge. That's why it's not going to work. So I said, here's what we'll do. Let's leave it on the charging stand. Let's take the old Xbox controller that I used to use, plug it in, use it for now, and go from there. So that's what we did. And tonight in Minecraft, we did a good amount of stuff, but notably, the major thing we did is we went inside of a cave system, and we found amazing stuff. A whole new biome in there, and we found all kinds of new lighting effects that this new shaders that I'm using is doing for all of the different mining minerals. So it was gorgeous in there. But yes, we ran into trouble. We ran into danger. Was there a death tonight? Yes. Did we recover? Well, I don't want to give away everything, but I hope you'll watch the Minecraft footage from tonight. It actually was pretty exciting, and it leads into the next time that we play Minecraft will be pretty exciting too. But tonight, support was not good for Minecraft. We only raised like $50. Now listen, I understand that not every single time that we play every single game, we're going to be hitting the goal. That is the intention. That's what I like to do. You can't do it all the time. We actually had been on a really good streak of an entire week. We were hitting goals every stream. Now we didn't hit one. And it is what it is, all right? I'm not going to say, oh, forget Minecraft and everything because we didn't hit it once. We've actually had a great week up to now. So let's hope that it was just a one-off night. Let's hope that support picks up again. And next time we play Minecraft, people will actually show up and engage and support with it. Now, here's the thing. If this happens again next week, then I maybe got to rethink things. Listen, I really liked playing Minecraft as a late night chill stream. This Java run with the mods has been absolutely excellent. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens next time, okay? So, I'm about to upload the footage. I hope you'll enjoy it. Tomorrow, we are doing a podcast again, all right? So the podcast returns in the morning, and then after that, it'll be the continuation of Blueprints. That's right, a major stream of Blueprints tomorrow. Let's hope that tomorrow we'll have some big progress. Maybe we'll finally get to solve that chess puzzle and more. We'll see. And tomorrow night is Doom the Dark Ages on the late stream, where I hope to finish up that chapter, what was it, 14? And then continue on, maybe beat another chapter or two as we head towards completion of the game. All right? And hopefully, of course, we hit support goals, because, having one off like that does suck, but it's not the end of the world. All right? Thank you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow for a chill podcast.
All right. You notice whenever he lies, which is what he does a lot, when he lies, he squints his face. He goes, you can't see it because I'm not on camera, but he kind of squints his face and curls down his lip and says, it's not a big deal. Well, we know, Phil, it is a big deal. All right, Phil, you wouldn't bring it up so much on a 4-minute video. You talked about support 4 times in a 4-minute video, Phil. Bro, you know that's all you talk about, and that's all what your streams are nothing but support. There's no deep secret there. You know that you were annoyed and pissed that you didn't hit the goal. So much for the new goal structure that that was supposed to take pressure off the dents and them hitting goals every single stream. So much, there's more pressure to support now than there ever was. Good God, man. I'm telling you, being a Phil supporter is like having a job. It's like having having 2 jobs. You have your real job to support your family or whatever, and then you have a part-time being a Phil supporter. Because there's so many fucking stipulations of a requirement. By the way, it was really pathetic. Yesterday, during the Doom stream, there was this one dent, Gareth or something his name was, right? And he dropped like $40 in super chats, right? And every single one of those super chats were essentially him bitching that detractors and trolls were harassing him because he was supporting Phil. And it wasn't just, oh yeah, these detractors are lame. No, he was in his message basically saying, dude, this might be my last super chat because I have a detractor, or a troll, not a detractor, a troll, saying that they're going to dox my address because I support you. I mean, it sounded like a call for help there. And what did Phil say? Oh, well, don't worry about it. Just ignore it. Don't give him any attention. You keep giving me money and putting yourself at risk because, of course, we need to stick it to the trolls. Gave no sympathy whatsoever. I mean, these dents that support Phil, it's like they put their life in danger when it comes to supporting Phil. And that's just crazy. I'm sorry. Me supporting someone on stream shouldn't be this hard. It should be you entertain me, I drop a couple dollars, and that's it. That's where it goes. You know what I mean? And if I want to come back again, I'll come back again, watch, and if I feel compelled to donate, I'll donate, and if not, it's cool. Everything is square. There are no issues. But not Phil, man. You got to complete you got to generate a whole complete identity. And you got to make sure that no one knows who this identity is. You know, you got to go open up a bank account, a Swiss bank account, an anonymous Swiss bank account, so no one knows who you are, so that you could give money to Phil. You have to break, you have to break national law. You have to break laws just to support this guy. And it's just crazy. It's just not worth it. It's too much of a fucking headache. But anyway, I just brought that up because I just remembered the first stream, that guy dropping super chats, essentially begging Phil for some kind of help. And Phil was just like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's perfectly fine. This is what you have to do if you want to support me. And yeah, it's crazy. And then the mere fact that this old geezer expects $150, and if you don't give it to him every single stream, you have to worry about them wage quitting the game. I mean, that's literally what he's saying right here. He's saying, if you guys don't give me the $150 during the next Minecraft game, I'm wage quitting it. That's what he's doing. He's already putting it out there and saying, look, I warned you. I already let you know, even though nobody watches his daily rap. I mean, how many people watch his daily rap? 261 people watched this video. I'm probably sure about 10 of his dents watched it, and then the rest were trolls and detractors, right? But he put it out there. He's letting everyone know, if you don't support, Minecraft's getting sent to ban world, and if you cry about it, I don't care. Where were you? Where were you? Why weren't you here to support? That's what he's gonna say. Anyway, folks, that's all I got. I'll be streaming today around 10:30. It should be good fun. Pop over if you're not doing anything. We got a lot of clips to watch. It'll be great. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.